Hello and welcome everybody to the debrief of the two massive 24-hour races I've done over the last 4 weeks or so. I nearly didn't stream tonight, but I thought, hey, let's sit down, let's have some casual chats, let's have a drink, which I will, and let's discuss the Nurburgring 24-hour, the Le Mans 24-hour. I'm going to answer any questions that you guys have. I'm just going to bring the chat up here. Yeah, I'm going to need another column soon. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Big welcome to everybody in the chat. Great to have you all with me. Hopefully we can just chill out, have a nice, relaxed stream. Everything goes fine, and we can have a little bit of fun. And as I say, I just want to look back at the two races I've done, sort of what I've learnt, what I think of iracing so far. You know, if you guys want me to compare it to Gran Turismo Sport, or if you have any questions for me at all, more than happy to answer. That's what tonight's stream is all about. I'm going to make the chat slightly bigger because I'm sitting a bit further back. I don't know if you can tell, I've jumped into a comfy chair here. I'll slide out of the way so you can see I've got rid of the office chair, I'm kicking back in a comfy chair, I've got myself a beer, I've got myself a controller. I'm going to be playing something a bit different, something you guys may not have seen before. Look, really the game is a little bit inconsequential tonight. I didn't feel like doing anything like Gran Turismo Sport or anything serious like that. Just wanted to have a chat and just play some mindless silliness. So with that in mind, pour yourself one, Staniel. It is time. Kick back, gentlemen and ladies, if there's any watching. There's probably not, but if there is, shout out to you. Pour yourself a beverage of your choice, and let's kick back. Let's have a chat. Let's ask some questions, and let's have a good time. Now, the game is going back old school. I'm sure there's a few of you who know what this is, and a lot of you that probably have no idea. So let me show you by pushing the back button. That's right. It is F1 Race Stars. Now, I don't actually know what year this... I'm going to put my keyboard somewhere sensible that I can just grab it. I don't know what year this game came out. I'm pretty sure it was about 2000... Well, I think I got this free with F1 2014 or something like that. And I installed it for the first time in 2013, so I think it's around about there. F1 2019 is looking a little bit weird. This is the latest demo, Brownsy. Mate, Thunderpants, you're going to love this. This is, I've been granted by Codemasters early access to F1 2019, so I really hope you guys enjoy this. Yep, already turned game music off, TG Babes, all over it. It came out in 2011. Damn, so this is proper old school. There you go, Micah Bradley. By the way, big welcome everybody in the chat, if I could, to Micah Bradley, or Micah. I've never figured out how to say his name, who became a member, I think, just today or yesterday. So here's to you. I'm going to have a drink on you. Cheers, son. Welcome to the team. I do hope you enjoy your stay. It's great to have another member on board. And I did send you a message asking if you were on Discord, because if you are, I'll add you into the VIP chat room on the Discord. Oh no, your pretend totally real girlfriend broke up with you, Thunderpants. That is no good at all. Or did it just go down on you? I bet if the bloke's selling it to you, you'd have known that, he'd have charged you another $5 or so. Let's play. Let's do the things. I guess we'll sign in. I don't know where I'm up to. I'd like to... Let's go a championship. I'm going to start again because I obviously played this back in the day. We'll go straight to the 3000cc class. Why not? Need to blow the dust off your Discord and PC. Man, it's a phone app. I generally use it on my phone. So if you've got it on your phone, drop in. Heaps of good chat there. Heaps of cool stuff. And as I say, I'll add you to the VIP. The menu looks fresh. It's good, isn't it? It's good. It looks good for 2019. Right. So let's kick off a race so we can all have a bit of a look at what is going on. I've obviously done this there 5, 6, 7 years ago. Who have we got? So obviously these are about the 2011, 2012 drivers or something. So I've actually got 2 Australians in this. Sebastian Vettel in the Red Bull with Mark Webber. Button and Hamilton together in the McLaren. We've got Alonso and Massa in the Ferrari. Michael Schumacher, along with Rosberg. Kimi Räikkönen and Roman Grosjean are in the Lotus. Paul di Resta in the Force India with Nico Hülkenberg. Kamui Kobayashi and Sergio Perez in the Sauber, if memory serves me. Toro Rosso, we've got Daniel Ricciardo, Jean-Eric Verne, Pastor Maldonado, and Bruno Senna in the Williams. Heikki Kovalainen and Vitaly Petrov in, God, what was that car even called? The green one. That was one of the ones that was like 2 seconds a lap off the pace back in the day. Pedro De La Rosa and Narayan Karthikeyan, now obviously part of the Sky Sports telecast. Timo Glock, Charles Pick in the Marussia, I think that one is. And we've got some made-up teams here at the end with some females in it because equality. So obviously I'm going to pick Danny Rick. Who else would I pick? Yes. It's very accurate too, F1 2019. These are like your... you probably can't hear them very well. It's the horn button, I think. Are you on Xbox? Nah, man, I am using an Xbox controller. Old school, I love this controller so much. This is like my favourite ever controller. It is an old Xbox 360 plug-in controller, but I love it. It's plugged into the PC. I'm playing on PC. Have to upgrade your PC massively for iRacing. You're going to be upgrading your PC and buying iRacing as a treat. Here we go. Here we go. Let's look for some boost. Oh, wow. Everyone else did boost. Apparently I didn't have any, so unsure. That's fine. I'm sure I'll come back and win. The graphics in F1 2019, as you can see. Oh, and every bastard's stolen all the thingamabobs. Watch out for Maldonado. He gon' get ya. Oh, yes. I don't recall this being in... was this a German round of the Formula 1? That was the repair, but I haven't needed it because I've been behind everyone. Maldonado. Oh, that was disappointing. Oh, applies some brake up on the banked turn. Not enough brake. There is some boost finally, and I still haven't got one of those things. Yeah, it looks like Formula E with the boost strips. Well, Formula E's kind of been... what do we got? A safety car out, do we? Maldonado has been on the hunt. Oh, balloons. Okay. Does that... No, they don't do anything useful. It looks like they literally just get in your face. I think I snagged the thing. I don't know what the buttons are. Oh, that was a rewind thing. Oh, no, I'm in first. Oh, look at the kid start his career in the correct way. I don't even know how to launch those things. Woohoo! I don't know who voiced this. I'm not sure if Daniel Ricciardo is aware of the fact that somebody voiced this. And there's Massa, just turns up. What does this mean? Okay, we're on the random thing. I've got to slow down a little bit more than last time, trying to get back on that speed boost. And it looks like I've got some balloons which I've popped out the back. Hopefully Felipe Massa has nailed them. As we get another random pick. That looks like a slow car down jobby. Oh, alright, okay, you fire that forwards. Gotcha. So, if you've not seen this game before, it's basically Mario Kart. Okay, that's what that does. It's like another Mario Kart ripoff. Oh, that was disappointing. I've got to go around that. Oh, and all my bits fell off. Accurate for Danny Rick. There's another one of those fire forward things. I wish I had it now. Final lap. Some contact there. Oh, the battery is pumped up. Let's get it done, boys. Get over the boost. We've got a repair coming up. Avoid them. Go through the repair. No, I think I've missed it. I'm getting repaired. Good, that's in the pits. And we go through one more boost to catch us back up to the pack. Avoid the balloons. Ah! Look at that. That is how you corner, friends. All right. Okay, that's a fire forwards one. Oh, there's a balloon. That's fine. It's not really that inconvenient, to be honest, is it? So I've got... Oh, where's first? I'm only in second. Damn, son. First has shot through. Avoid balloons. I'm not going to avoid them. What's going on, Adam? Welcome to the stream, man. We're going to have a bit of a chat. And I get Rosberg on the line. I didn't get myself. Nightlight is looking pretty mint. Phenomenal job with F1 2019, they really have. So yeah, let's discuss these 24-hour races and what I thought. Obviously, Nurburgring was a good month ago. I never really recapped on that. I guess I'll start everything off by thanking all of you guys that turned out to help support us. There was 4 of us in the team, of course. If you don't know, and I'm sure most of you do, but if you don't, it was myself, Ryan Lee, who you will have seen on the channel before, as well as Ivers, or Rory, and ERT Doctor, or Dr. Rob, or just Rob. And they were the teams for both races. And yeah, we had some ups and downs. Obviously, going back to the Nurburgring, the difficulty, I suppose, was the track. Narayan Kartikayan up and about. He's excited for this one. Hey, old man, what's going on? Beer and chat, are you on for a rant? Always up for a rant. As I say, happy to answer any questions. My man Denny R sounding a bit like Mario. Yeah, a little bit. How do I do the boost thing? Okay, that wasn't boost, that was just... I guess I have to hit throttle on launch or something. Clean up, Alright, as if you'd give him the thumbs up. Inaccurate. F1 2019 is starting to look less accurate the more I go on. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, whoa, dude. Big dude. Get some boostage. Yeah, so... Obviously, the Nurburgring, the most difficult part of that race for sure was the track itself. And iracing is just so savage. I understand a lot of you guys haven't tried iracing before. But, and as I take third position and miss everything because I'm an utter noob, and then straight through the balloons. Yeah, the most difficult thing about the Nurburgring 24-hour, I guess, was the track itself. The car was solid. The Mercedes-AMG GT3 car that we did it in, absolutely wonderful car. And we beat that thing up, bounced off the walls, smashed it up. You know, and it did well. Obviously, we spent some time in the pits, and it was the same car that we used. Oh, it's fine. I think I've got another boost here. If I can actually get some traction and corner, give ourselves a little speed up. Oh yeah, I've got like silver tires. I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, so it was the same one we used. It's obviously Rory and I had done the Bathurst 12-hour prior to that, and the car probably didn't feel as solid in that race. We spent a lot of time bouncing off the walls, made a lot of mistakes, spent a lot of time in the pit. In fact, I think it was nearly 3 hours worth of pit time in the Bathurst 12-hour. So we didn't have anywhere near as bad a time at the Nurburgring, but we still spent a lot of time bouncing it off the walls. Come on, get him. Oh, so close. Maldonado turns up out of nowhere. It's every Formula 1 driver's worst nightmare. Pastor Maldonado just appears on the track in front of you. But I guess the contrast to that... Oh, and you're missing them all, matey. The contrast is that in the Le Mans 24 Hour, it's a track that we all knew quite well. I think it's a little bit more simplistic. We have car damage. Let's bounce that up and see if we can hit someone with it. The track itself wasn't too bad. Like, we were all pretty well... Oh, I missed the thing. All pretty well versed in the track. We've all done a lot of practice. It's in Gran Turismo. It's been on a lot of games for a long time, so I'll skip the grass to try and get that. I'm gonna get a little slow down. Let's fire it forward and see if we can hit him. I'll probably run over it myself here. I overtook my own projectile. Gotta take a risk to get those. Get up on the sand that slows you down. Yeah, so it wasn't so much... pinch a cheeky fourth. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo. Love it. Good call. What's going on, Gopi? Welcome, man. Welcome to a very chilled out, very relaxed stream. We're just going to have a bit of a chat. What's going on, Elena? Yeah, I guess the biggest contrast was, of course, the fact that Le Mans was easy, but the P1 car is so much more fragile. And we saw that because we managed to keep it mostly off the walls. Unfortunately, in the first stint, which I haven't been able to go back and watch, I watched Rory start the race for the first sort of 30 minutes to an hour or something of actual race time. And then I bailed to go to bed because it was about 1 a.m. at that point. So I missed what happened, but obviously they had some good running at the start, and Dr. Rob got in, had a bit of pace about him, managed to work his way up to 6th position, which is huge. That's a really top spot, and it actually exceeds what we did in the Nurburgring, where we got up to 7th position. So 6 is fantastic on the lead lap. Unfortunately, he made a bit of a mistake. He just set his quickest lap, and it was until towards the end when yours truly beat it. Don't want to piss in my own pocket here, but he set a really cracking lap, and I think it was the very next lap after that. So maybe just, he might have been pushing a bit too hard to try and smash that. He might have just been getting a bit too comfortable. He might have just buggered up. It is what it is. So I missed it, but apparently it was a decent crash. He impacted one side of the wall, darted across the road, hit the other side of the wall. And that caused, it had to be towed, so there's 5 minutes gone, and I think it was something like 15-20 minutes of pit time to repair the car. And then, for whatever reason, I'm actually not sure, I never asked Rob, but he chose not to take, or he either chose to or accidentally left without taking the optional repairs. So iRacing's kind of got, when you go in for repairs, you do the majority of the repairs. And there's usually some optional, which you don't have to do, but you can if you like. He chose not to, and unfortunately it did heavily impact the car and the car's performance. Daniel Ricciardo's son taking out third position, and just quietly, he appears to be happier about it. Oh, Grosjean tries to up him with whatever that was, the double finger guns. Hey. And then, in the most unlikely of scenarios, the Caterham driver of who was that? Was that Ericsson? I don't even know. Accidentally didn't take the optional repairs. He went straight back in to do them. Yeah. So apparently he took off. The car was fairly heavily affected. It was like crabbing up the road or something. As I say, I haven't seen it, but that's what I heard. And choose tracks. Let's go. Let's go to the European round. Let's give them a crack. We'll stick with it 3000cc. There's no point in downgrading, is there? And let's go Mark Webber. Let's go full old school on this one. And yeah, anyway, he came out, was slow. And apparently, coming into the Porsche curves, it was a GTE car came up, which I presume the GTE driver thought he was going to be a lot quicker than he was, obviously, and ploughed right into the back of him, which is not ideal. Put him back into the pits, and then the optional repairs, I think, took him through for another 5 or 10 minutes. So ultimately, we were in the pits for 30 minutes. and did drop 10 laps there. So that sort of put us back a little bit. It's no big deal. It doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. I'm certainly not upset or offended by it or anything like that. What's going on, Rory? How are you, mate? Online server's still up for this. Man, I have no idea. I got no idea. Yeah, so anyway, that's what happened there. We then sort of tried to recover from that point, but getting back to how the car is a little bit... Holy jeez, I'm getting beaten up here. Let's use a little speed boost and try and get on past. I don't even know what these buttons are doing. Oh, just as I hit boost, some bastard puts me in a bubble. Yeah, so from that point on, it all sort of went pretty smooth over the next 15 hours or so. We worked our way back up. I think we dropped as low as 18th or something like that at one point. I think that's about the lowest we hit in the race. By the way, if you haven't seen any of it, there's about 54 competitors, 55, 3 of which actually didn't start the race. I guess the safety car's out. I don't really know what that means, but that's okay. I'm not really here to give you an accurate demonstration of how... Oh, all I know is I'm getting beaten up, but he takes the lead, slows down quickly, try and get some battery boost back. Yeah, we sort of, slowly recovered all the way back to 10th position, and looked like 9th could be a possibility. Unfortunately, through no fault seemingly of anyone's, poor old Rory had just taken it back off Ryan, so it could have happened to anyone at that point. But he was, I think, 3/4 of the way into his stint out of an hour and 20. It was probably 40, 45 minutes in, something like that. And pulling onto the Milestone Straight, the car just, that was it. It just let go. And the engine blew and caused another 30 minutes in the pits. Justin Rugler at SVG were in it, retired early Sunday morning. Yeah, I did see that. I presume iRacing didn't know about it, because when they knew about Verstappen and Shane Van Gisbergen and such in the Nurburgring, they sort of advertised. Why does it always rain on Mark Webber? Shouldn't have picked Mark Webber. It was always going to have like the worst luck ever. The sheer heat of Rory's sweat-filled eyebrows, because the caused the engine to overheat. I mean, possible. I don't want to write that off as an option. Hey, Huey, what's going on, man? They were together in a team, yeah. And Verstappen and Giz were. Oh, that's unfortunate. They were in a team together again, were they? Oh, again. Or yeah, probably talking about someone else, but. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of how it went. So the car's a little bit delicate, but who knows, it could have been the way we were shifting all race. That it did bring something up, and I was actually looking at the tweets from Jimmy Broadbent last night, and he, or was it this morning, whenever it was basically saying that it does kind of expose some shortages in iRacing, that we have no idea that there is mechanical damage. We don't know how much it's affecting us. There's no option to try and repair or to check out damage. Even if the neckbeards want to argue that it would be unrealistic to have some sort of damage percentage, but kind of isn't as well. Like, if you think about it, there's a lot of data in those P1 cars being fed back to the teams. And if there was a genuine... I should probably repair. If there was a genuine issue with the car... Oh, I picked a bad time to repair, didn't I, as I crossed the finish line? Still remember playing this game. Man, I haven't loaded this game up. I installed it here for the first time since 2013. I think it said last played 2013, so it was a long damn time ago. Getting your CR fixed before work. Awesome, Terminal. Great to have you along. Very chilled out, just having a drink, playing some whatever this is. F1 Superstars or something. But yeah, just debriefing off both 24 hours. And, and I guess sort of what it's like. The time zones have worked really well for for this so far. It was much better. So if you didn't see the Nurburgring, what we did, we actually divided the race pretty much in half and let the guys from the UK do the first 12 hours because it was over our night, and then we did the last 12 hours. But the downside with that is that Rob and Rory sort of finished up at the 12-hour mark, and it wasn't so bad for us waiting that long because we were sort of asleep and getting up and doing whatever in the morning. But for those guys, they kind of got up and the race was on all day and they didn't get to have another go, which wasn't great for them as drivers, and it wasn't great for the people watching as well, especially Rory's subscribers. So this time around we divided it a bit differently. We looked at how long stints took, and we worked out that X amount of stints or what have you worked out to be about 9 hours and 20 or 9 hours and 40 minutes, I think, that the UK guys did. And then we did about the same, about 9 hours 20 minutes, and that allowed us all to do a double stint at the end. Of course, Rory got a little bit ripped off having to spend 30 minutes in the pits repairing the car. But it was much better. We all got to have a turn at the end. I think that was good, and I think we should stick to something similar. Rory, I don't know if you're still with us, but did suggest doing it the other way around so that the Australians could do the first half. It sort of started more lunchtime in our time. The problem is if we do it that way around, which would be cool, and I'm totally up for doing the first 12 hours, but the problem is it starts, the race itself starts at 1am. It's scheduled to start at 1am GMT, which is not ideal for you, and especially considering the race always seems to start about an hour after. Oh, I don't know what that was. I've just telekinesis. I'm willing cancer on Sebastian Vettel, I reckon, given that this is Mark Webber back in the day. Yeah, so the main problem with that is it just starts at the worst time for the UK guys. Oh, got him. That's what you get, Petrov. Oh, Paul Aresta just pops out of nowhere. Unlike his talent, which remained hidden until he joined the Sky Sports F1 team, commentary team. Oh, don't run over the grass. Yes, I think we're probably going to have to stick with a similar method to what we used then. Because it's going to, the actual race start time will be like 2am, and I'm sure you don't want to start at 2am to start the live stream, then watch an hour of it. That's 3am. It's probably not going to be ideal for you, so that's okay. Yeah, we've got the next endurance race coming up is the Glen. I just ran straight into that, but I kind of got shoved over there by Fernando Alonso, already bitter about the way his career was going to end in Formula 1. Oh, I should repair next lap. I'm going to miss that. Fire past old Roman Grosjean. But yeah, the next one is the Glen, and it's only a 6-hour race, so a lot faster, a lot shorter. It is something that Rory and I could have looked into, but unfortunately Ryan very quickly on the spot, and he's since confirmed today, it's not exactly been designed for Australians because all of the times bar one were pretty terrible. They were all like 3am starts or 11pm start, none of which I'm particularly interested in. I think there was one that started at 4am, and that could have been a possibility, but not ideal. And obviously the real life, the actual Nurburgring 24 hours on that weekend as well. So that puts Ryan out. So I think we're going to try and do an 11am Saturday race. Ryan and I will do it 2 up, and I believe Rob and Rory were saying that they would do it as well, or at least possibly. Probably should have repaired. That's the last lap though. Absolutely mugged on that race. Got absolutely smashed. I feel like 6 hours is reasonable to solo. Not so sure I'd solo the 24 hours of Spa. Even 6 hours, you'd be surprised, man. Once you get to... I've done a couple of 4-hour races over the last few years, not since I've been on YouTube. And 4 hours is about right. It's long, you are exhausted by the end of it. And really from about 3 hour mark onwards, you're getting pretty ready to have a spell. 4 hours for me was about as long. It's longer than I'd prefer to do, but it's about as long as I ever would do as a solo. We will join on your chat though to support the squad. Awesome, thank you. Thank you, Rory. Having said that, I think 11 a.m. our time is pretty late for you guys. Yeah, well, if you think about it, I think Rob clocked off at 12:30 your time, and that was about 10 o'clock, 10:30 our time or something like that. So for a race start at 11, and of course the race won't get going until 12, that's going to be at Sparrow's Fart in the morning. So appreciate the thoughts, but see how you go, because I don't think it's going to be at a convenient time. No guarantee we'll do it yet, but it's looking like we will. I could go 12 hours solo. The thing is, you got to remember, it's not just about could you physically race for 24 hours solo, or 12 hours or 6 hours. You got to remember about concentration. The damage model in iracing, as anyone that's watched our streams, and certainly the Bathurst one, which Rory and I will probably not want to remember or make highlight packages of for a while, from what you can see in that, the iRacing damage model is absolutely savage, and it is. It's brutal. So, put your stack hat on, big fella. Oh, that's how you start. So you got to hit the throttle right as the lights go out. Magnificent. Look at this, learning this game. Oh, I'll sneak down the stairs. Yes. So yeah, I think that even the 3 hour stints, what we could see in the Nurburgring racing, certainly myself, I think in two of my stints, which were 3 hour stints, the first 85-90% of those stints were damn near perfect. They were very, very good stints. And I think both times I made a mistake and crashed on the second last lap. And bear in mind, it's the Nurburgring, so we're talking sort of the last 16-17 minutes of the stint. I crashed. Ryan did the same. We kept making mistakes on the second last, third last lap of the stint. So this time we went for double stints, which was 1 hour and 20, and that was absolutely fine. That was an enjoyable stint length, and even to go the longer one, which put us at 2 hours. I only did that once, didn't have to worry about it too much. So I think that's about right. I feel like we've... Oh, well, I shot the safety car. I can't overtake the safety car. Okay, I've never been up the front during a safety car. But that's okay. I've hit the front. Have overtaken under safety car. Not a big deal. Oh, some balloons. I can't see shite here. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's get on the anchors. I don't know what the purple one is, but there's people around me, so yeah. I got rid of... Oh. It is always raining over Mark Webber. Oh, for the love of God. Mark Webber. Luckiest man in Formula 1. I'm just going to drive into it. Go and hit the pace car. Hey, Chris Redbeard, what's going on, man? Prior to Le Mans, I didn't do a stint longer than 3 laps without bidding it and writing it off. So the race itself was a miracle, yeah. Well, that's, I think that taught us that whilst we can, is it possible for us to do 3 hour stints? Yeah, of course, that's no dramas. But you start to get tired, you start to get sore, especially after the first time you do it. Your concentration laps, and that's when you start making mistakes. I'm going to drive... No, I'm not actually. I'm going to go into the pits. Wherever the pit lane is. We'll get a quick repair for the final lap. See if Big Web Dog can bring the bacon home. I missed. Oh, we got safety car back out though. Recharge the battery. Can I bring home some goods here? Yes, there's the boost. Try and catch back up the safety car. And we are... Oh no, Ruby Power's in the lead. I didn't even realise I was second. He's gone wide. They say you've cut the course. You're going to have to slow down. Interestingly, here's a bit of trivia you may not know. The voice of that Australian... for those people wondering why they chose iRacing, the American iRacing game, chose... Was that someone just subscribed as well? Give them a big welcome. I was definitely saying a thing. Oh, that the reason why the voice is Australian for the spotter is that it's actually just one of the developers. One of the developers said, "Yep, I'll do it." Yeah, get involved, guys. And in fact, if anyone does want to join iRacing, I need to put the referral link, because that's another way of supporting the channel without it actually costing you any more money. I will put the iRacing link in my description and on my Discord as well. So if anyone does decide to sign up, try iRacing out, or purchase anything on iRacing, you can put that code in. It's like a referral code, and I just get a little bit of a credit for it. So you'd be essentially sort of donating to my channel without spending more money other than what you're spending on yourself anyway. What's going on, Jev? When I'm done with GT Sport, the first step I'll take is a load cell to the brake. Towards iRacing, perhaps, that is, yeah. A load cell would be good. The G29's pretend load cell's kind of okay, but as it's turned out, and I've tried to recalibrate it in iRacing as well, but all of the braking's done. So you've got this sort of pretend load cell, you push the pedal on, and then it gets really stiff, whereas the G27 you could just push it down to the ground. Sorry, I'm a bit blocked up. A bit nasally as well. I went to the gym before and it was very cold outside and it just kind of blocked me up. Is that Glock? It was Timo Glock, I think. Choose another championship and another driver. The Americas will be lots of oval tracks. Here we go. Britain, Abu Dhabi and Monaco. We'll go the little pups this time. Nah, what am I talking about? We'll stick with the 300s. Championship. We'll do that one in the 3000s. See you, Hansa. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Appreciate it. That's why I chose the Logitech G25. First model is always the best. I disagree with that. My mate got a Logitech G25. I then bought the G27 and he almost immediately upgraded to the G27 and loved it. Let's go Felipe Massa in the Ferrari. Let's do that. Parents won't like you having a PC and the PS4. Yeah, and that's it's funny you say that, Brownie. So he said he wants iRacing purely for the endurance races. It's pretty much what I want iRacing for as well. That's what you can expect to see. I might do some other championship races. I might do some fun stuff. But ultimately, the number one thing I'm going to use with iRacing... Yeah, there's the boost. Yeah, the number one thing I want iRacing for are those endurance races. And they're the sorts of things I'll be doing annually, with a bit of luck. I wonder where in Britain this is supposed to be. Oh, Ruby Power there, getting some serious air. It's sort of weird. It doesn't have quite as much grip as you'd expect it to. This game in general. It's just like Gran Turismo, isn't it? But yeah, that's what iRacing is good for. But it is interesting that after we had our sort of weird engine failure, after 22 and a half hours, 1 lap behind 9th position, we did have to... What is going on with this fan? Somebody get the balloons out of my face. I don't know what is happening at this point. England is a strange and bizarre place. Kimi Räikkönen has been eliminated. Such was the damage on his car. We see our first DNF. We've hit a winner with the team endurance race, I think. Oh, Rory. Honestly, it's been brilliant. It's been so much fun. It's these 2 races have been a bit of a highlight of my year so far. Obviously, I've done lots on my channel. What is this slowdown horse shit? Oh no, it was the silver wheels thing I had. I was eliminated. Oh, this is elimination. Oh, that's not fun. Achievement unlocked, causing trouble. Ah, no, don't worry, I don't have to get up. Excuse me. As we pour ourselves another brewski. Look at that. That is horrendous. The tide has come in and I did not tilt my glass properly. I was aiming for a bit more noise than that. And good grief, the tide has well and truly come in on that frothy. G25 has a sequential and not so many buttons. There's only 2 buttons on the G25. I personally don't like it much. Yeah, the buttons on the wheel. The biggest thing about the G27 is it took it to 6 buttons on the wheels, and it introduced the H pattern shifter. It was a shame that unlike the G25, which you could switch over to a sequential, but to be honest, that sequential's so soft and rubbish. It needs, but all of them, even the G29, they all need more force in the shifter. It should be a lot harder to slot into the gates. It's so easy at the moment. Corona beer? No, this is a locally brewed Bogues St George. A lot of people might have heard of Bogues. You can get Bogues Premium. You can get Bogues Premium internationally. I actually had some in London when I was there last. But you won't get Bogues St George. You can barely get that around all of Australia. Wish you could have a cheeky beer yourself. You're unable to, Chris? GT, the thing with Gran Turismo Sport, endurance races would be cool, yep, to a degree, but you wouldn't have something like the Le Mans 24 hour, or at least I'm not sure that I would find that entertaining, and the reason for that is the lack of people in the race. Like, you look at the race we just did, 55 people took the start, joined in. 3 of those people, for whatever reason, we don't know, might have been disconnects, might have been something else. 3 of those people didn't actually start the race at all. And Abu Dhabi looks pretty cool, actually, doesn't it? Kind of the speed up boost things on the ground kind of suit the circuit and the colouring and all that sort of stuff. Should probably go in the pits, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Get that early fixed from the lead. The problem with the endurance races on Gran Turismo Sport, there's not enough people. So we started with 55, 3 didn't get going off the line. That's fine, that happens in every race. And I think towards the end, we only had something like 28 cars running after the 24 hours. Now, in Gran Turismo, there is a maximum of 16 people, so you and 15 others. Well, this sounds a bit, how's your father? Bit how's you going, isn't it? We'll leave that there for someone. Oh, I've crashed in the wall myself. That wasn't real smart. Safety car. Should have repaired. That was my opportunity for that quick safety car fix job. Oh. Heikki Kovalainen has been eliminated. You hate to see it. Well, Heikki does anyway. Should we go in for a sneaky... Going for a sneaky repair from the lead. Taking a bit of a risk. But let's give it a crack. Oh, and you actually have to go under the tunnel. That's kind of cool. I guess that is a fairly iconic part of the track. It's a bit sad, isn't it, that the most iconic part of your racetrack is the tunnel coming out from the pits. But, yeah, whatever. Yeah, so Gran Turismo's got you and 15 other people. People are going to drop out. Their servers disconnect people from 18-minute FIA races. People are going to crash and get butt hurt. People are going to... Yeah, and also I think you need that damage. This was a bad shortcut. That was a regretful shortcut. I seem to have a substantial lead somehow. Fire that off so I can run into it myself like an idiot. We'll put this blob right there. I just don't think it would work. Honestly, 2.5, 3 hour races are going to struggle to work because you're going to have people who disconnect, the glitch that happens and something else that goes wrong. Before you know it, there's 10 people in the pits. I mean, when we did that was it the Bathurst? We did one of them that was 2.4 hours or 2 hours or something like that. And by the end of that race, there was only like 11 people left in the lobby, 10 people left in the lobby. Stretch that out over 6 hours, 8 hours, 24 hours. No one's going to be left. You'd be lucky if there's 3 or 4 people in the race. A 2-hour race, I think, is the maximum range. I agree with you. I think a 2-hour race in Gran Turismo could be fun, but that would be the maximum. Yeah, the 2.4 hour, that's why I rounded that down. I wanted to do some enduro racing. 2.4 hours was the go. Same with Bundy Rum. It can only be bought at the Bundaberg Rum Factory here in Queensland. It is made there in Queensland, but it's available Australia-wide. I think it's even available internationally, isn't it? End of this month, the 4-hour enduro coming. Elena, is that on Gran Turismo Sport, is it? Sun is out, birds woke me up at 5 AM, so I let my cats out for breakfast. Alright, Terminal Goat. World Tour race like everyone else in it. What's going on, Chucky? I'm over here watching your 24-hour Le Mans Part 2 at the same time. What I missed sleeping. You're a legend, Chucky. Thank you very much. And look, I'll take this opportunity again to say thank you everyone for the support that we received. All of us, not just me, but all 4 of us in the race that we received throughout. It was unbelievable. You can expect it, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this stream. I kind of wanted to just take some time off after a massive stream like that. I thought I won't live stream tonight. And then I kind of had the idea, let's sit in a comfy chair. This isn't an office chair. Let's sit in a comfy chair. Let's kick back with a beverage, play something brainless, and we'll have a chat. And I thought that's the kind of stream I could get behind. Unsure yet if I'll be doing FIA tomorrow night. Maybe. I'll leave that on a solid maybe for now. The new physics update in Gran Turismo has broadened the gap between GR cars even more as well. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I have not tried the physics update in Gran Turismo, so that is something I do want to do fairly quickly. Doing an hour and 30. The rum itself is available, but the liquor is only available in Bundy. Okay. No worry, Brosnan. Top 24 superstar nations and manufacturers should be back, and they should do a 1 hour, 1.5 hour. I mean, I think we can all agree 1 hour races in Gran Turismo would be a good thing. I've expressed my frustration before with how short the races are. The fact that they are, what are they? 18 minutes. Most of them are done in less than 20 minutes. Some of them might go out 25 minutes, but man, this one guy I know, thanks mate, appreciate it. I bet you are too. There's no FIA tomorrow. Okay, great. Well, that sorts that out, Ranger. I'll probably have the night off, so I'm even more glad I did this stream tonight then, just to have a chat. Any date for the Faguzi? There was gonna be, however. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Here. I came up with some dates for some things very soon, and I will. Unrolling STV, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I know I generally chat to the YouTube guys, but I see you there. Thank you for following. Where would I have saved that to? It's a bit of a calendar I worked out with Ryan, but you can probably expect the first of them. So I've worked out a few things coming up soon. The Faguzi series will wait until July, so there'll be a good run home from the last half of the year, basically, because we'll have 3 series of Faguzi. I'm going to have a Super Formula series and one other to be announced. But coming up very soon, and potentially I might end up tomorrow night making an announcement video for Thursday, released on Thursday, about a Nurburgring and a Le Mans race in Gran Turismo coming up over the next couple of weeks, because I think the 2 weekends at the real life Nurburgring and Le Mans races are on, which are back to back, 1 week after each other. I think I kept those weekends free, and the other ones will be on. And I also scheduled myself a summer break, as the Yanks call it. Of course, it's the middle of winter here for me, but a mid-year break of about 2 weeks from YouTube. I just, I'm at that point where I probably need to take it a bit, or just to have a break, like I did at Christmas time. I had a couple of weeks off just to freshen up, keep the content fresh, make sure things don't dry up and it's not just becoming a real effort. I probably will release a video each week, or 1 or 2 videos each week, so I'll make them in advance, but that's in July as well. So you've got some announcements coming up to keep an eye out for if you're interested in a Gran Turismo Le Mans and Nurburgring 24-hour race, and we're talking over the next couple of weekends, so it's going to be soon. The Fiat 500 is OP now. Seems Superstar races can be a bit longer. Super is not for 25 days. Okay. Getting stupid. 24 of the Nurburgring is in 2 weeks. Yeah, so that's first, and then the week after that is Le Mans. So that's what I mean. Like, there are some upcoming announcements, imminent, absolutely imminent, about races. So you'll probably sign up. I'm thinking at this point, so 100%. But anyone who was involved in the 2.4 hour last year, where we actually broke it up into 2 1.2 hour races, with the support category race in the middle, which I think was GR3s or GR4s around the GP circuit. I'm thinking that was, this is Monaco, by the way. I'm thinking that was a pretty good format, a pretty good layout. So I'll probably do something similar, break it into 2 1.2 hour races, for aforementioned reasons, because at the end of 2.4 hours of non-stop racing, there may well not be anybody left. Oh, you don't go up the hill anymore. I'm trying to straight away drive the real life Monaco track, and as you can see, probably not as accurate as once. Oh, that was a bad spot on the corner to use that boost. We're going the wrong way through the tunnel. Oh, I was lucky to avoid 3 balls at once. I think everyone ganged up on me there. Damn you. Oh, I came to a complete stop there. Elimination starting. So I better make sure I'm up the front. I'll go for some quick repairs. There's a sharp corner in the pits. held second place too. The team event at Bathurst. Is that what it was? Was it Bathurst? Oh, that is the wrong way. That is not going to help me win. I am back to 8th. I am almost certainly going to get eliminated here. And I have to make a hell of a run. I keep thinking that's going to be Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc. But it's not. It's Charles Pick. Oh. Now we're going the right way through the tunnel. That's not going to help me out at all. Let's get through these boosts. See if we can get back up. Oh, cut that corner. Oh, it's sort of got a lot of the track here, doesn't it? Give or take. Use his safety car as an opportunity to catch up a little bit. Choose not to pit this time. Perhaps I should have done with the safety car. Remember you... Oh, yeah, got Mrs. Rosco to draw. I did too. The teams, you know, that's like the team event. Was that cool, or was that a bit of a... Oh, you're off, Goat Man. No worries, dude. Thanks, Terminal Goat, for stopping by. Appreciate you, man. Off to make some money. That's what you got to do. Found myself in first. So I'll dedicate this race win to Goat if I can get it. Oh, wow. You just stop on the grass, don't you? Daniel Ricciardo's been eliminated. That is 2019. How very 2019 of this game to know that that's the... Okay, so a lot of people saying it was cool. Wasn't sure what the idea was behind that. For people who didn't see the Bathurst race, the Bathurst 1.2 hour, it was a team event. So we had teammates selected. And, oh, I've done it again. That is super confusing. Dodge that one. Didn't dodge that one though, did I? Come on, stop exploding. What are you doing? Go through the tunnel, try and snag these. Oh, finish. Do I get eliminated? Oh no! Is one or both... Well, undecided yet. The exact details haven't been decided 100%. I probably wasn't planning to. We thought Mrs. Rosco picking the teams was cool, Hippie. Hi, Hippie, by the way. And Shannon as well, and everyone else I haven't said hi to. Mojo. Mrs. Rosco should choose all the teams. Just totally random. The thing is, like, last time it was so unbiased because she didn't know anyone's names, but because she's been watching a lot more content and sort of keeping up with what's going on a bit more, she's a little bit more in tune. You say a few names down, she'll go, oh, they're pretty quick, aren't they? Or they're, Jesus, they're awful, aren't they? No, just kidding. We're not saying that. We don't talk like that about anyone. Where's my keyboard? Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. Go and take a very quick wee break. I'll be right on back. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a second. Alright. Where are we at? Let's have another look at the chat. Oh, I've lost my chat. A randomised car sounds interesting. That could be. Got lost in all the hellos, yeah. Sorry, hippie. There's a bit of chats going on now. But it's great to have you guys sticking around, especially for a casual chat. I thought, I'm going to have like 18 people watching this, so it's been good. I just lost 9 because of my damn bladder. Never mind. But okay, that's interesting that you guys were a fan of the team race, especially because some of you are going to have to get team up with randos. It's a total random pick. You won't necessarily know who you're racing with. Project Cars 2 Bathurst 1000 event. That is looking likely, Shannon. I don't think I'll do the iRacing Bathurst 1000. Undecided yet. If I get a bit, because there's a fair break. We got Watkins Glen on iRacing coming up. The 6 hours of Glen at the end of this month. I think 26th or 23rd or something of June. Then in the 22nd or something of July is a Spa 24-hour, which hopefully is the next time that myself, Ryan, Rory and Rob get together for a team endurance race, which is really cool. I love it. I think the other guys love it. I think everyone's subscribers love it. The controller up, so I think it'd be silly not to continue on with that. But then there's a bit of a break. So after July, I think we're looking at I want to say October. I don't know if the Bathurst 1000 is the next one, but that will be about September, October, near the real event. The V8 supercars in iRacing are a special unit. They are a difficult thing to drive, and because of the damage model, I can just see that. I mean, obviously, it's just under 6 hours, 5 hours, 50 minutes or something like that. The Bathurst 1000 normally goes for. Still gutted you had to pull out the last one, Hubie. Yeah. How did you sleep after the 24 hours? Go to work one day. Oz Farmer, hello and welcome. Yes, no. I mean, I had a really rough week last week. It was the worst possible week to have the endurance on for me. I think I held it together pretty well in the end because I was so knackered. Like my twins, I got twin girls. They're 3 years old. They were sick all of last week, and Mrs. Rosco got it as well, and she was crook as a dog. I think Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. I did a live stream, and she was the deadest I've ever seen her. She was knocking on death's door. I swear, I've never seen her that bad. So it's pretty exhausting because I'm sort of kept up overnight with the girls carrying on, just sick, coughing, and whatever else, waking up. I've got the wife keeping me awake. Then you sort of are off no sleep. You go to work, you do a full day of work, you come home. As soon as I get home, I've kind of got to hook in and make dinner for the kids and get everything sorted out because she was far too crook to sort of help out with that. Not her fault at all. That's just the way life goes. Absolutely exhausting week where I was getting sort of between 4 and 5 hours a night sleep last week. And that was the lead up to the race. And I think I only got 5 hours sleep as well on Saturday night. So obviously for me, with my time zone, it started at 10 p.m. on Saturday night. I think I was on the stream for about the first 2.5 hours, logged off about 12:30. And I only managed 5 hours sleep before I was up again. And that was me for then a massive day of racing on Sunday where I, did my first stint in the morning and finished up at 20 to midnight. So huge day, and unfortunately I died in the ass, went to bed and still got no sleep. got 5 hours again. I think I'd kept awake till after 2 o'clock. So yesterday was a rough day at work. Just the exhaustion level. I can't believe I haven't got sick myself. I touch wood. I really don't want to jinx myself there, but I'm so lucky to avoid it. The household's been sick. Petit Le Mans after that in October as well. Unsure if I'll do Petit Le Mans. Rory, I haven't yet decided. I'm not a massive fan of the track. I just don't know yet. That's a 10-hour race for those who don't know, and it's not at Le Mans. It's at Road Atlanta, I think, maybe. I could have chucked a sickie, but no, I didn't. I was farmer. I stuck it out. You've got a 6-week-old with reflux. Yikes. And a missus with bronchitis. Oh, so much spare time. Mate. I know what you're going through. It is a rough time, so cheers to ears. 10 hours is definitely too short for four drivers. I think, I say definitely. I was 100% of the opinion that the Bathurst 12-hour was too long for the two of us. We had to do too much work, and it's those longer stints that causes the exhaustion. And bear in mind that for the Bathurst 12-hour, I was up all night. Like I think my first stint was at 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. or something, and then I went and slept on the couch for a bit and got back up. So for me, it was an awful time zone for just the two of us to do. As I punched the microphone again, that was tough because that was not during my day. That was overnight for me. And I'm definitely of the opinion we could have done that with more. And 12 hours I don't think is too short for 4 drivers either. You do less work, but 24 hours is also massive, and a lot of people do it with six driver teams. You're out, Shannon. No worries, dude. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. It's only going to be a very short stream. It probably won't go on all that much longer, to be honest. I only wanted to do sort of an hour and a half somewhere there, so... Nick Magic has work to do. Thank you very much for stopping by, my friend. Just to let you all know as well, I really appreciate the guys that supported and joined as members and such. I'm trying to pick up the pieces. Monday, I just needed a day away from electronic devices. My PC remained turned off. I really didn't look at my phone much yesterday. Checked Discord once or twice, and that was about that. So apologies to the new members who joined up and I didn't give them access to the VIP. Point them in the direction of the member updates and such. That's been taken care of today. I will, much like I did for... did I click away? Did I? Jesus, I'm knocking shit over everywhere. Punching the microphone over and over. Who else is off? Revolver. 2 to 3 hours is decent also for you and the viewers. Yeah, I agree. We can always arrange our own 24-hour events with the community. We could, Erie, if we can get enough people. Because, we don't really have iracing communities. And if we want to try and get a field of 50-odd people, it's going to take a huge amount of organisation. Definitely be involved, for sure. But it's going to take a lot of organisation to get done. And you even need a lot of people to commit to it prior to the event too. You'd be up for a 24-hour event. I think he was talking about an iRacing 24-hour event. Hippie. Need to put some Vaseline on. I've had the dry slips lately, and I keep checking, like quality checking parts of the stream the next day, and I'm always there biting a bit of skin off my lip. It's just been so dry over the last couple of weeks. So apologies for that. It's not a usual tick and a habit I've always had my whole life. It's just something I've been doing recently, and no more often than right here in the stream for some reason. Yeah, so let's go to another track. We'll choose something else. The Americas, let's do that. But yeah, what I was saying was all the donators and things like that. After the 24-hour Nurburgring 24-hour race, I did make a bit of a montage with all the names. That is coming up. I'll do that tomorrow night. To say thank you to everyone, because the hardest thing about the stream, and again, apologies if I just bailed on that stream. Let's use Michael Schumacher. The hardest thing is we've been racing and streaming for 24 hours. When we finish up, we kind of just want to cut and run. So, yeah, what I don't want to do is sort of show a lack of appreciation for anyone. It's a huge deal for me. I mean, for my channel, it's grossed over across the 3 streams. I was looking today. It's grossed about 4,300 views, 200 odd likes or more, and you know, and a bunch of donations, a couple of new members. So it's a huge deal for me and my channel. I got lots of new subscribers as well. Thanks. No, you know. Oh, I missed it then badly. Yeah, with a big thanks to Rory and his subscribers. A lot of guys came over. I know a lot of my guys went over and subscribed to Rory that perhaps weren't. And there's a few of my guys donating as well to Rory, so it was awesome. It was such a good community thing. Everyone just kind of getting together, and it's great. It's great to have that. Like, I'm very lucky to have another YouTuber like that we can do these things with. You sort of watch other YouTubers across whatever game you want, and there always seems to be something special about those guys that have got a good relationship with another YouTuber in the same space that can do these sort of group type things, and I think I think very lucky to be able to do that. So it's awesome. I do look forward to the next one for sure. Try and outrun that ball, don't run into it. Where was this? Is this Brazil? Presume we're in the jungle at this point. With the mighty Michael Schumacher. Hey, Speedy Chicken Man, what's going on? You enjoyed it? Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I pulled this from. I haven't played this game in, well, Steam said the last time it was played was 2013, so a long time ago. But I just wanted a super casual game. Still needed to be a racing game because I really don't want to sort of branch off into anything other than racing games on this channel. But I just wanted something non-committal, something brainless, and just enjoyable. That flies it forward. For this stream, so I could sit back, have a beer, have a chat, go over a few things, answer a few questions. Not that there's been a lot of questions though. I must be good at answering things preemptively, because every time I kind of have a stream or a video and say, hey, punch your questions out, I'll answer whatever, I never get any. So I presume I must be good at preemptively answering questions. Oh, can you guys please stop freaking shooting me? That wasn't what I thought that was going to be. There is Crash Team Racing coming out in not long. I have definitely been considering that game. It's one, I have no nostalgia with it myself, but it's one that Mrs. Rosco grew up playing. And she certainly has. In fact, I bought it only a couple of years ago on the PlayStation 3 it was available as a PS1 game, obviously, but you could buy it and play it on the PS3 as a downloadable, and I did that for her. And her and her brother and sister ended up playing it a bit. So I've been considering getting that, and maybe having a couple of fun, silly streams and having Mrs. Roscoe join. Oh shit. Does Ryan reinvest his donations back into CR Racing? So, Oz Farmer, Ryan, I've told him he needs to set up a donation page as well, because people do want to donate to Ryan, and they should be able to. And he does deserve some things for his liveries and such. And I'm going to encourage him to recreate. Obviously, you saw on my live stream him sort of conceptualizing the livery that we ended up using for the 24-hour race. But he never finished it. He just it was a concept. So I am going to encourage Ryan to complete that in Gran Turismo Sport, so that people can download it, and so that I can download it as well. Is that the finish line? Oh yeah, it's a win, baby. Brazil expert. Achievement unlocked. You know it. You're a Crash Bandicoot kid. I was a Crash Bandicoot kid as well, but not Crash Team Racing. So I had Crash 1, 2, and 3, and I bought the re-release when they remastered and brought them out recently. I bought that. I have that, and it was brilliant. It was excellent. I lost a lot of time to them and remembered how hard number 1 was. Holy shit, how hard Crash Bandicoot number 1 was. Plugged through it, got a hell of a long way through the game. Also realised as a young fella I didn't finish that game. And then eventually moved on to Crash 2. Awesome thing, but that, much like every other game that's not a sim racing game, over the last 2 years, I have struggled to find the time to play it. You're getting the Crash Bandicoot one for sure. I think I will as well. And I think I might have a couple of just casual streams. I know they're not the most popular content. Crash Team Racing was a lot of fun, yeah. Oh, Crash it's not just harder as an adult. I just think that games have changed. Like, video games now hold your hand. They show you how to do stuff, and they don't make stuff too hard, especially a game aimed at kids. There's no wonder, looking back, I didn't actually win that freaking game. Like, I didn't beat the game, because it just got so hard, and it did again. Crash 2 was so much easier, and Crash 3 even easier again. See if I can get the boost this time. Yes. Ducked and dodged. Goes from last all the way to first. That's how you do it. But yeah, is there anything else about the 224-hour race I've done? Just to clarify, if you want to know what the hardest thing I've done across those two, I swear, and I'll stick by this for a long time, that 2-hour night stint in the pitch black at the Nordschleife that I did is probably the hardest thing in sim racing I've ever done, and definitely the hardest thing I've done this year. I couldn't see anything. Now, I know the track quite well. Like, Ryan always sort of goes on about how well he knows the track, and he does, but I also know the track fairly well. But you cannot see anything, and it can be terrifying as you're going down the main straight, sitting on absolute full pin top gear. The car's got nothing left to give. You're doing, nearly 300 kilometers an hour or thereabouts. Coming into the Tiergarten, you can't see anything. You cannot see. A bit of a boost. Run through some drink. Oh, that's that one. That's what the purple one does. That was so difficult, and I was so slow to begin with, but I really got, oh wow, I've just turned totally out of them. Let's go and get the car repaired. Yeah, I was so slow. My lap time was so far off the pace to begin with. I don't even know the track goes here. Look at this. This game from 2012 or 11, whenever it was, has rain in it. Gran Turismo Sport does not. Just saying. Not making a big deal out of it. Just saying. Whoever keeps shooting me in the arse needs to F right off. That's what's up. Let's go in between his feet. Maybe. Yep. Yeah, let's have another repair, shall we? I still stand... The Le Mans at night, I could see okay. And you could probably tell that, like... I said that before the stream, and I thought, geez, I hope I don't massively bin it during the night stint, because I've kind of almost arrogantly said, the night's fine. I said it in the chat before, like the private chat that we had set up for Team R or the Sim Pirates. I said nighttime's fine. I actually had gone quicker in practice in the night than I had in the day. So I thought, I really hope that my mouth isn't writing checks that my ass can't cash. But I was fine. I was absolutely fine. I was not fun at the Nurburgring. It was the scariest thing I've ever done. Probably the hardest thing I did in the Le Mans 24-hour was take the RX-7 through the McDonald's drive-thru and drive home hanging onto a large drink, and manually shifting without power steering. That was probably the hardest thing I did during that race. I went out for a Macca's, Macca's run before, I think it was before my second last stint. And yeah, Macca's drive-through. No cup holders in the RX-7. So I had a large drink. I had to, obviously it's a manual car. So I had to shift gears and no power steering. So you can't even really just kind of use one hand for everything. So yeah, there's the hardest thing I did in the Le Mans 24-hour race. What's going on, Volta? Oz Farmer, to get back to your question, I have advised Ryan, I'm going to make him set up a Streamlabs as well. And I'll have the link in my description too. So if anyone does want to donate to Ryan, they can do that. I will pay Ryan the donations that were made towards him. I think one of yours, Oz Farmer, if memory serves me, was for Ryan. It was certainly while he was driving the car, so I presume it was for Ryan. So I'll be paying him that. There's a couple of other donations come through for Ryan, so he's got a few dollary-doos, a few donations coming his way. But of course, it takes you like a month to get paid that stuff. So, you know, he won't be spending that the next week. Do miss Rosco saying ring driver. It totally looked like ring driver. I stand by that. You've been doing that in real life for 2 months. The drive-through thing. Like a manual car is one thing when you hang onto a large drink and you end up kind of hanging onto the steering wheel with the hand with the drink in it, and then reaching over and shifting the manual gears, pushing the clutch in, shifting gears like that. But the problem is, when you've got power steering, you can just kind of, even though you're hanging onto a drink, you can use your little finger to just kind of steer a little bit whilst you're shifting gears. But when you've got no power steering, that's really hard. It was a challenging thing, I swear. Nurburgring 24 hours seemed a lot more difficult. It just was. I know Ryan argues the point, but it just was. The concentration levels were so much, even during the day. The track is so long and it's so savage and unforgiving, and the curbs are so high and so aggressive. You just had to sit there and concentrate. I had a cracking headache for hours after the end of that race, just because of the concentration I poured in. I turned the stream off, sat on the couch, and I was like, man, my head is just thumping. My eyes hurt. I'm sitting there staring at the screen and concentrating so hard. Le Mans, you could go into autopilot a bit. The track's a lot shorter, it's a lot more simple. Very well known by, I think, the whole team. You could go into a bit of autopilot. You just kind of hit the same braking markers every lap. Simple as that, and away you go. For me, it was a hell of a lot easier. And I suspect Ryan might be the only person to say otherwise to that. Great job at Le Mans. Yeah, thank you very much. Shifting and driving with one hand, yeah. The old reach over and shifting with your right hand. Oh, well, depends what country you're in, I suppose. You might be doing it the opposite way. But for me, you don't hold the drink in your right hand and then shift with your left. That's, for some reason, I don't know why. I tend to always reach across and do it that way. It's even worse if you get tempted to start eating chips as well, and you're hanging onto your drink and you're trying to eat chips and you're shifting gears and you're hanging onto the steering. Yeah, it gets too much. But, yeah. Look, it's, as I say, I'm going to put a post up tomorrow. When I get home from work, I'll make up a poster, much like I did for the Nurburgring race, to say thank you to all the members, all the donations, and the members as well. I've got to make sure I get them all right, because obviously they're spread across Streamlabs, Super Chats on YouTube, memberships as well. So I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. That's the only risk with doing that, is missing someone, and I'd hate to do that. I would hate for someone who donated to sit there and go, my name's not on that. So if that happens in advance, I am sorry, guys. But yeah, all I can say is a huge thank you to everyone that was involved in the streams, both of the streams. as I say, across the two of them, we're talking 8,500 views. This is for my little channel. We're talking 8,500 views, 400 to 500 likes, and probably 30-40 donations across those two 24-hour streams. So, I mean, the support of you guys is just massive, and I cannot thank you all enough. Even just turning up. I mean, the fact that the third part of those two races, for me, I've got over 2,000 views per stream. That's just massive. I would enjoy the racing either way, but there's no doubt about it. If we were approaching the end the last couple of hours, or during the middle of the night stint when we sort of just there plugging away, if there was just nobody watching, if it was just 0 viewers, it would be very unmotivating. So the fact that there were people, and people like Super Dragon, for example, who sat out the whole 24-hour race, absolutely mammoth. The only thing I will say is that if anything, iRacing's probably pulled my focus away a little bit from some Gran Turismo stuff. Obviously, I intend on running some more series and doing a few other things with Gran Turismo. iRacing has pulled my time away from that a little bit, but as I say, 2 endurance races, announcements imminent, and you'll need to sign up. I think they're going to be a really fun event. There'll be a support category in the middle, so Super Dragon's still asleep. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. Actually, I saw him on Discord today, so he's alive and kicking. That and wearing red lace lingerie. Thanks for streaming it. No worries at all. It's an absolute pleasure. Cam, still floating around, man. Great to have you here. And look, it's not. I don't want to just single out one person. Obviously, Super Dragon did the mammoth task of the whole stream, but there are other people who did a lot of the stream as well. I know Hippie didn't miss a lot of the stream, and there's many others that saw a heap of it. So I don't just want to single out one. But actually, Aussie Mike's another person who spent a lot of time watching the stream. So I don't want to single anyone out for that. I just love everyone. And you know what? Some people only had 2 minutes to stop in and say g'day. I get that. That's fine. And I appreciate the fact that you took some time out of your day to do that. But look, it was only ever going to be a short stream. I just really wanted to have a little catch up, a debrief, a total chill out after the 24-hour racing. Play something stupid like this game. I'll probably uninstalled it for the first time in 6 years today. And I'll probably... Third place is still carrying on. This time I actually got the win, so I'll be finishing this on that. But if anyone's got any questions, anything they want to ask, any comments on those 2 endurance races that I've done, obviously there's another one coming up in sort of 6 to 8 weeks time, 6-7 weeks time at Spa. Hopefully we can do that as well, and I really hope to see you all there again, supporting the stream. But if there's anything else you have a bit of a chat about, now is the time, because I am... the end of the stream is imminent. I'm going to go and have another sit on the couch. It was nice last night to actually just sit down and watch some Netflix and chill out. The F1 Stars game is a cool game. It kind of is, Volta. It kind of is. And I think if I need another go-to, if I just want to have another casual stream, I mean, this is pretty easy to lob this comfy chair. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's just a nice comfy armchair with a good cushion behind my back, sitting in front of the PC and having a beer. It's comfortable. It's a good game. So if I just want to have another chat again, any GT lobbies coming up, Cam, there's always GT lobbies coming up. Since there's no FIA race tomorrow night, apparently, I probably won't stream tomorrow night. I will potentially be making an announcement video for one of those 2, for the Nurburgring endurance race is what it's going to be for, with all the details there. So stay tuned for that. I reckon Thursday night it'll hit your inbox at about normal stream time, somewhere between sort of 7:30 and 10:30, I suppose, depending on when I get it done. Assetto Corsa Competizione content. Yep, absolutely. That was going to be out last week, but with everything I've got going on, she's tough. She's tough going, trying to find the time to do anything. But yes, there absolutely will be some ACC content coming up. Never watched a 24-hour race before, but watched 2 sim ones. Nice, Alvo. Good work, dude. This music is something else. You don't like it, Jev? It's just super chill. It's just, yeah, it's just nothing music, background music, just something to get us relaxed, get us nice and chilled out, ready for a good night's sleep. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. You love it. It's good, isn't it? It's all right. Next one should be MX5 Mayhem around Goodwood. Who knows? Who knows what's coming up? Another Paladins and Beer stream. I do need to find some time to pay attention to my second channel, or Ryan and my second channel. I had ideas with that too, but I'm really struggling to find time, and everything's exhausting, and that's exactly why when I laid out my calendar, which I wish I could find where I sent that calendar. I know where it's going to be. I think I sent it to Ryan in Facebook as a picture. So if I look through the pictures, there we go. There we go. Now we're on it. So there's iRacing Le Mans. That is done. Oh, that's right. Potentially I will be live streaming on Thursday night, because Thursday the 6th, although we'll have to see what the time zones do. Thursday the 6th is MotoGP 19 launch day. So potentially I'll do that as well. If I end up buying that game. I don't even know if I have time to launch into MotoGP 19, but if I do, that could be coming up Thursday. The announcement may be Friday instead, the announcement video. So in my little calendar that I set myself out, and this is a pretty loose calendar, and honestly, it's like no one's my boss. I can just change this at any time, any notice. But next Tuesday, the 11th, I have scheduled in for some Gran Turismo Sport. Either that or on Wednesday. So I may end up doing the FIA on Wednesday. Thursday, I've actually got some Assetto Corsa Competizione online stuff scheduled. So next Thursday, the 13th of June, might be your day to check that out. That weekend is the real Le Mans. Then we've got... Oh yeah, there won't be an announcement video, because the racing's not coming up yet. So we've got MotoGP launch day Thursday. Next Tuesday or Wednesday, some Gran Turismo. Then some ACC. 15th and 16th of the real Le Mans race. Tuesday, Wednesday, more content. Content. And then on Thursday the 20th is the day I had scheduled in for my announcement for the first endurance race announcement. Of course, the 22nd, 23rd is the real life Nurburgring 24 hour, and I think also the Glen Saturday, that's the 6 hours of the Glen. So I'll probably be asking you guys to join in at a weird time on Saturday, which will not work for the Europeans at all. But for the Aussies, it'll be like 11 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. on Saturday. So I guess the end of it, as the Euros wake up, the race should be on, which is cool. There is never enough time, Mojo. What are the model cars up the back? I've got some RX-7s up there, got some MotoGP bikes. Got all kinds of stuff on that shelf, actually. I need to fix it. It's all a bit of a mess. There's shit going everywhere. So I've actually got 2 announcements scheduled in before both races. And then, okay, so you're looking at the end of the month, end of June. The date that I suspect, once I sort all this out, that the first endurance race will be, for me, in Gran Turismo, is the end of June. And then it'll be early July will be the scheduled second endurance race of mine in Gran Turismo Sport. So think end of June, start of July. You're going to have 2 in the space of 2. They're literally going to be 2 weekends in a row. 2 Saturdays in a row. You'll have my version of the Le Mans and the Nurburgring 24-hour races, but they won't be 24 hours. Then I'm going to have a couple of weeks off. That'll be my mid-year break, because I haven't really, other than a bit of sickness, I haven't had a break for a very long time. Announcing some announcements. There's a room tour vidcam. There is, actually. I don't know if there's any... Mojo's a mod. I don't know if you can be bothered. But there is a setup video on my channel. Let's see if I can quickly find it. Damn it didn't work. I wondered if Googling Charlie Roscoe's setup would work. But alas, it did not. But I did do it. It's old. I need to do a new one anyway. I need to do an updated one because I've got the play seat now. I have a new box area. I'm not going to show you because after the 24-hour race, this room is an absolute effing disgrace. It's not nice in here. Coffee cups, water bottles, food containers. There's shit everywhere. I need to clean this room. I need to clean this room up. So this is very old and out of date, but it does give you some things, including the shelf. There we go, my setup. Let's go into that. This song's very day spa, isn't it? Very, very day spa. Oh, Hippie Head tried to post it and couldn't. There is the link. That should take you to my setup. Let me click it and find out. Yes, it has. Or how do I get chat back? There we go. Check that out. It's old. I'll do an updated one soon. I need to show people some playset as well. I have a lot of things that I need to do and haven't done it. Was hoping you could still use the link. Yeah, true that. I suppose if I hadn't have found it at the same time, I could have viewed your deleted message. Oh wow, Nightbot went crazy. He deleted like all of your messages in the lead up to the link you posted. And then you were timed out. Holy shit, man. Nightbot has just smashed you with a band hammer. The live streaming takes. I just don't have time for anything. I have more ideas than I can poke a stick at. And yet, no time. I work full time. I have twins. I have a wife. Thank you, Mojo, for reposting that. 1v1 me, bro. Nightbot went crazy. Thank you, Mojo. Thank you, Mojo. But look, I'm going to end the stream there now because I think I'm just crapping on. I know. But it was great of you guys to join me. And the fact that I was holding like over 40 of you for the first hour was incredible. I thought literally no one would turn up to this. So super glad to have you all here. Very relaxing, very chilled. I'm going to go lie on the couch, watch some Netflix and go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. But it's been real, guys. I can't wait to talk to you all again very soon. Thursday's MotoGP 19, and if I have the time, effort and patience to buy that game and do it, I sincerely hope to see you Thursday night for some of that hoo-ha. But let's put an end to that. Let's go there. Let's flick over to that. Thank you again very much, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by. Can't wait to talk to you all next time, but for now, it is going to be goodbye. spent the whole stream talking shit about you, Ryan. The whole stream. Just absolutely trashed you the whole time. Get in the bin, Ryan.